Hi, everybody. It's Ross with Ross Cook Balancing. Welcome. It's a pleasure to talk to you tonight. Hey, today we're going to visit a little bit about Albert Einstein and about cause and effect. It's an amazing discussion point. They once asked Albert Einstein, what if you could talk to the universe and you could get the answer to any question that you would like to know the answer of, what question would you ask if you were guaranteed to get an honest and a truthful answer? And Albert Einstein, with all he was involved in and all the broad scope of his mind, the one thing he wanted to know was, is it a friendly universe? Is this a genuinely friendly universe? That's quite a thought right there. In other words, it implies that, probably infers it also, that it's a gigantic power out there that is beyond us, and it's real, and it has intelligence. It can think, it can respond. That really fills in a lot of blanks when you start to think about that. Is it a friendly universe? What a fascinating thing to ask and to want to know, because it really makes a big difference, really, in so many things of our lives. At Christmas sometimes we get feeling disenfranchised. At Christmas, we get feeling lost, and we may not even know where it came from. We just get these feelings. It may be, and whenever you have loss, it may be that you've outgrown your social network. It may be that you're growing, and not just the social network, but the people that are participating with you in your life have changed. Maybe you've had genuine loss. Maybe you've experienced loss at a point, and then when you get hit by the kind of odd expectations of the time, you get knocked off 5% or 7%, and your energies get ebbed a little bit, and you start to cycle off a limit. And then the law of association, you then associate that with other feelings where there have been limits and loss, and pretty soon you're fighting the battles against these gigantic, horrific, big emotional fears that are huge, that don't really have much to do with right now, except that they associatively were brought into how we feel right now. Okay? There's a minister in Houston named Jesse Jennings, and he made a point one time. He says, I'll say at this moment when you're experiencing loss that I can guarantee, I don't know why you're experiencing loss, I don't know what it's about, but understand this is a cause and effect universe. It's a cause and effect universe, and it's not because you're unlovable, and it's not because there's some big program out there that says you're doomed forever, to have no friends. And no. This is a cause and effect world. Tomato plants grow into other tomato plants. Lemon seeds grow into lemons. Lemon trees. There are some laws out there. So how do you identify what is going on in your world in this given moment? What is a part of that? What are you doing? And how is it going to support you and help you as you go down the road? What are you doing? What are you planting seeds for it to work forward? When we're dealing with people in companies who are in big entrepreneurial events, and they're really working at all levels, and they say, well, what if it doesn't work? And there's fear involved, and there's great energy involved. We say, well, if this thing works perfectly, you're gonna have all this wealth and understanding and power and joy and happiness. You're gonna want to be well with it. You're gonna want to be balanced and healthy with it. And if it doesn't work, you're going to want to be balanced and well and full of joy and happiness with it, because that's who you're basing yourself to be, so that when the associations go out there in behaviors, they'll support you. They'll spool you up, and they'll help you in furthering the goodness and the good things in your life. Those things are choices, and they're also causal. The one thing that Albert Einstein's question answers, or it's implied because he absolutely believes it, is that we're a part of something huge. We're a part of something much bigger than ourselves, and it's intelligent. It's intelligent. If you go and buy shoes at a bazaar, let's say in Galveston, Texas, or San Diego or something, wherever you got them, Think of all the things that had to happen in order for you to have those shoes that day. Someone had to decide to become a shoemaker, and someone had to decide to become a middle person, and someone had to be the supplier of those things, and somebody else had to do this and that until it worked all the way, probably from country to country, until they showed up where you are. My daughter mentioned something to me the other day that said that 97% of the stuff that's in your house has been on a boat at some point. Wow, that's shocking to me. But it shows how the world is one, how it's feeding, and all these things are going on and working with each other. But we're often unaware of it. So if you're experiencing loss, you're just unaware of the bigger possibility of you to be associatively incredibly well in this time. So if you're dealing with those shoes, let's just get bigger in our idea and say, wow, look at that. Look at all those things that had to happen for me in order to have these at this given moment in time, and begin to use ideas like that to expand the wonder that you experience. Just like Einstein wanted to know, is it a friendly universe? You want to know that you're a part of something grand and big that is causal. I mean, what if it were just a happenstance world? Oh my goodness. But it's not. It's causal, so that when you know the law, it works in your behalf associatively as you go forward. So have good thoughts. Breathe nice, comforting, loving, soulful ideas. In our practice, we talk constantly of values and beliefs, and cleansing those and working with them all the time, so that there's a lot of time when we're working on kindness, on love, on beauty, on peace within myself, on unconditional love. And I won't know what that means most of the time, because I don't know what it means to that infinite universe out there. But I'm willing to lean on the wind about it. I'm willing to lean on the dusk about it and say, I'll do my part. I wonder what's going to come, because when I'm thinking like that, what's going to be brought my way, when I'm thinking about it like that, the universe cooperates with me in kind. It brings it back to me in kind. It's a bunch for tonight. That's a lot to think of, because it doesn't have snap, snap, snap answers. That's the best way to be. We're learning to live in the question. We're learning to live slightly differently. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. I'm Ross Cook of Ross Cook Balancing. So stoked about what's going to happen in the upcoming week about websites and things like that. Stay tuned. We'll roll them out to you. Thank you for listening. I hope this helps you a little, and then I hope you take it out and do a lot with it. I'm Ross, and until then, Jomo.